on form, Bilibili runs at you. If you can't adapt today, you're going home.
Yeah, I do think the thing is that they were playing Fnatic with 2 new comps versus a Bilibili, who I think the win condition for them is actually to play how they played in CN. And that should be exactly what RRQ are expecting. Not to say that it'll be easy to counter that out, but I do think they should be in a better position today to not have to adapt quite as much as compared to the game against Fnatic.
Something that a crazy guy was saying in that Arrival interview with Jen and Neff was like, oh, we have to play our game. And I know that we hear that so many times. We're so annoyed, but it does change things a lot. In all the replays that we show, for example, the Fnatic ones that we were showing and whatnot, when someone does all this microplays, changes the composition, you are the one that has to make a move. And you have 2 options. You either stick with what you prepare and you hope and you try to adapt the little things, or you just try and adapt fully to what they're doing. And they have to go to that first option, because otherwise they're not going to find comfort. And in elimination, you need comfort.
Yeah, and I need him to stop saying that he's old. Like, brother, you're 29. Like, I know that's in esports terms, that's like, you know, old, but I think he's still got it. Yeah, he's still got it. It's going to be a great showdown between them as well. He mentioned Xfero as well, somebody that has experience, somebody that's been dunking on some of the best players in previous tournaments. I also felt like he did at times showed up.
Yeah, at times, but to me, he's one of the most important, if not the most important. And one of the, I'm not going to say an unsung hero, because I do think that he gets his kudos.
He's sung, but maybe not sung quite enough.
We should sung louder.
Yeah.
Okay, louder. So yeah, Xfero, when I think about their region, and every single time that I stopped to watch RRQ, there were at least 3 rounds where I went, what is this guy doing? How can he do that? How can someone just be so confident and be so good?
Can I give a take? This might be crazy, but in my opinion,
do you have the peppers?
Xfero was the most impactful player in stage 2 for RRQ.
I'm not super 100% with you, but I am 80% with you.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah. I think
that's
I think it'd be about the same, because literally to me, I know that people were saying this and that, and I'll be like, every single time that I tune in, I can only look at him. I can only look at Xfero. That's weird. But
that's
what do you
like about
Alhamdulillah.
you like looking at. But I do think
Chatboxnya masih
even
belum
though
bisa.
it's like a stat Andy thing to focus on Jemkin, I am just glad that he is partially living up to the expectations, because in Toronto it was so flat. In Toronto it was such a shame to see him not have the Pacific form. But I think against Fnatic he wasn't the way that he was in Toronto. I'm seeing him getting more comfortable, and sometimes that is what you need with players like the ones we see on Bilibili and RRQ, is they just need to feel comfortable on that stage.
Come see, come saw. He was like in the middle for me. It wasn't quite as outstanding as he was in Pacific, but was way better than, honestly, the disappointment that was at Masters Toronto.
Ways. All I want to see is his waylay. I want him to go on the waylay. We need to, that is what he needs. He gets the waylay, he has an amazing performance, RRQ, finals.
Wait, hold on.
Let me live in my bubble.
I need to, there was too much going on once.
Iya, oh ya, gue belum salam ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam
He
ya.
definitely wayslays. Absolutely. You get.
Do
you think he doesn't waylay?
I think he wayslays. And I hope you guys at home have been wayslaying as well when you're voting in the MasterCard fan poll. Earlier we asked if a CN region team will make playoffs. The results are in, and 59.9% of you said yes. I mean, who knows at this point? I think this is the hardest tournament to predict anything. Just might as well just bin it.
So many things have changed even from day one. It's not like, oh my god, this team has come to be a surprise. But it's like, no, almost all of them, they're like things here and there. But I think that at least one of the CN teams will make it.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's XLG. But I also just like, okay, I was at least partially culpable for power ranking BLG top 4 coming into this event, which looks like a pretty horrendous take right now, because I think that out of all of the debut matches, they looked like the worst team at Champions Paris. So there's a lot of room to go up, and I'm hopeful that they can show more so the way they looked in China.
No more Haven. How about that? No more Haven.
That's a great idea.
No more Haven.
It's happened again. It's happened again. I have seen this film before, and this film was that everybody predicted Sen, and I predicted XOG.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's what did Why a fat finger? I want to know why predicted Bilibili.
Do you think that if DRG is to win against G2, this could be the biggest upset of the tournament?
Yes.
It might be the biggest upset of
absolutely.
all time.
Okay, not all time.
Okay, what's a bigger upset than that at global event?
You're challenging me to memory.
No,
You're
but
from memory and
a CN team with a sub that doesn't speak the language beating America's #1 seed.
No, you might actually
I
be
didn't
right.
even
You might be right.
What I do know is that this tournament has proved so far that favorites can fall, and quite literally nobody is safe. Only two
bentar, gua
will
sekalian
make
setup
it
ya,
through
sumpah ini gua
today
masih
for RRQ, BLG, G2, and DRG. The pressure is on. So,
gua sambil
let's
bener-benerin ini
see
dulu
which
dah.
one of them wants it the most.
shock the world and take down BLG.
现在的感受，输了比赛肯定都是难过的吧。
Ini BS gua kuning-kuning merah nih. Semoga aja aman ya.
现在最重要的可能是找到赢比赛的办法。我觉得确实对我们来说是一种挑战吧。有些东西就是向死而生。
The way for RQ to make it to champs was very hard, and when we knew we made it to champs, we were very happy because Master is big, but Champions is way bigger. I play for this moment.
其实今年一年从成绩上面来看，我们确实一直在就是往上攀升嘛。我觉得我们5个可以打到现在，肯定是大家都做了很多的努力吧。我觉得 RRQ 是一支比较有自己风格的队伍吧，包括他们在太平洋展现出来的游戏内容，还有他们就是新加入的指挥 Crazy Guy 吧，我觉得他是一个很有想法的指挥。
Bilibili is the first seed from China, so of course they must be very good. You have a lot of good teams there, a lot of sharp players there, and I have my friend there, Nep. Hopefully we can have a good game.
我觉得下一场比赛不是要不要我们要展现真正的 BLG， 我觉得是一定要，因为这是今年的可能是最后一场比赛，也是最重要的比赛。只要比赛还在进行中，我们就不会放弃。
Oh, ada yang ngechat.
Boys,
our
job is not done
absen
yet.
Om. Yeah, Yuan. Malam Yuan. Enggak jejak ya? Ah, lu jejak mulu, cok. Enggak apa-apa sih. Akhirnya chatboxnya bisa, alhamdulillah. Chatboxnya bisa guys, kemarin gua pusing 7 kepala aja. Pusing 7 keliling anjing, 7 kepala. Akhirnya chatboxnya bisa ya Allah. Chatboxnya akhirnya bisa ya Allah. Guys, ini gimana caranya gua?
Pretty favorable for us. We're always excited to play. And with every loss, we have a lot to learn. And you know, with our future wins, it's going to be someone to celebrate.
我对 G2 非常感兴趣的就是劝退王，就是我去看他的录像，然后学习到很多的东西。
We were almost teammates with Demon 1 a month ago. He's a great player, and we all know that. But the difference between us is we're not going to respect him.
G2 我知道你们非常厉害，且经验也挺丰富的，但是我认为我们其实实力也不错，所以请你小心我们。
Lu beneran turun ya chatnya ya? Oke, mantap. Oke, gua tahu.
And we're not going to stop now.
10 berarti. Oke, gue seneng anjir, akhirnya chatboxnya gue bisa, cok. Hai. Tuh, kemarin YouTube Studio gue sempat error anjir, pusing gue nggak bisa streaming, coy, cuma gara-gara chatbox. Akhirnya bisa, alhamdulillah.
Today is all about survival, but also a chance for redemption for Bilibili and RRQ. No one is going to remember how they started this tournament if they can just make it out of groups.
Both these teams had such highs in their region. Bilibili dethroning EDG and taking the win stage 2 in CN, coming in as a #1 seed with such high expectations. But for RRQ, they already got over that. Disappointed in Toronto, now their chance for redemption here.
Oh, and Lotus is going to be left open. Okay, RRQ decide to go for the bind and just leaving that open for BLG. This was one of like my win conditions for BLG because they've been so incredibly good. Won the last 6 Lotus that they played. I think that this is one of the ways that I can see them winning, but I also understand, and I kind of like the RRQ just for sunset.
It's a good map pool for Bilibili. You have to be happy with that for them.
Yeah, it really is. I am excited, though, for RRQ that we get a Waylay map. You were hyping this up. You wanted to see Jemkin on this agent.
Connected here.
And in Pacific, I mean, this is the map that they got into the final on. This is a map where they looked really comfortable throughout, but it's also towards the top of Bilibili, or towards the top of RRQ and Bilibili's pools, rather. So I think this is a really great place to see just a measure of form compared to the underperformance that Bilibili had in their first match to start somewhere where both teams are very comfortable.
Yeah, so a bit more context on what I was saying and why I'm surprised that the Lotus is here. Because BLG went back to banning that corrode, something that they had been doing in China during Season 2, right? Like, they changed their ban, they banned the Abyss when they arrived here, did not go well. They go back to, hey, we need to survive, we need to like get this out and not play it. We go somewhere else. Now, for RRQ, that map that they were banning was Lotus, and I thought that they were going to make the same change based on the fact that BLG are very, very good at that map. So this has to be, in their eyes, at least a calculated risk.
Yes, but I do want to be a little bit of like the devil on the shoulder here, because I do agree that this is pretty good for BLG.
I'm sorry.
You're the devil on the shoulder?
No, that's Mini. You missed that segment on EMEA, but he was actually the devil on my shoulder. Where he was on the desk, but he was
okay, well, I'm not literally on your shoulder, but I do think this is a great map pool for an RRQ 2-0. These are 2 maps where they looked great in Pacific, where they're on a win streak regionally, where we get the Waylay for Jemkin. Like, this is great maps for them as well. If Bilibili is going to beat them and maybe get a 2-0 here, it's going to take a complete 180 from the form they showed in their first match. I mean, half the rounds, it didn't look like the players were shooting back. It was a choke, and here's their chance to make good on it.
Well, looking at the agent select here, we hyped about this Waylay. We are going to get it. And then for the side of Bilibili, they move away from the KO.
I like it. I think that anything that is going to help YC succeed in his mission of going in, of being extra aggressive, especially starting from the attack, works in the favor of Bilibili.
This comp tells to me, we know YZ is our win condition. We're putting everything into him. We have a Paranoia, we have a Breach Stun, we have all these util to set him up starting on attack. But on the other side for RRQ, we've seen a lot of double duelist Waylay. Here it's just Jemkin on that agent, and I think it is a bit harder to get value when that Waylay is alone and you don't have someone to follow up on the live as he refracts.
2 things before we jump into game. We went with the crazy guy Neff, both of them playing on the Breach, both of them IGL, and then also setting up their duelist. That is definitely a head-to-head that I want to see. And for the side of Bilibili, we know that it was an atrocious 0-2 that we saw the other day. Pistols, they didn't win a single one. They're the only team in the tournament that haven't so far.
Yeah, RRQ, they struggled to adapt to new comps. There's one change on the side of Bilibili, Brennan, Sideshow. Let's see how they manage to adapt to this.
And a real battle of nerves that we got here between these 2 teams, honestly, as well. For RRQ, it's kind of like showing that they've learned from Toronto, I suppose, that previous showcase. And the same could be said for Bilibili. And Bilibili really need a big turnaround here. It's elimination, it's do or die. You have to step up now, otherwise, as I said in the teaser at the beginning of the day, it could be potentially your last game that you play this entire year.
I think it's so telling, in fact, that Bilibili said, it's not that we want to show
let's go. RRQ.
that we can be, it's that we must.
Gue masih nguasin sambil ngawasin ini, coy.
He's going to be going for those attacking first kills, first engagements. Arguable MVP.
Gue takut error lagi, cowok.
Taking Bilibili to a win.
Let's go, fokus game. Let's go.
Menang ini.
Bilibili doang kan, Bilibili doang.
That's not the player that he is. He'll be wanting, striving to showcase his potential.
Let's go.
Bilibili hoping to put their best foot forward. Slow going for now. Easing into the round, just a nice slow default at the beginning, just seeing if there is anything aggressive on the plate, I suppose, for RRQ, but they're not offering it up. Maybe going for a mid reclear now.
Yeah, once this smoke drops, they're going to be looking to try to reclear through mid. Nobody on Bilibili home. Bilibili have actually found the timing quite nicely here.
Bilibili.
Pressure over towards mid,
Gue jadi
baiting
ingat lagu
RRQ
itu,
into the
lagunya
clear.
apa
And now
ya?
they found an easy entry into A. So far, good calling from Neff.
Bilibili.
They deal with this push down mid because it's still going to put a lot of pressure on Levius.
Levius is going to be the one to try and contain, I think, when most of this pressure comes through. Bilibili, but easy access to the site. Levius just crumbles under it. 3 players wrapping around rapidly. Bilibili, what's the call? Looking for a plan.
Gue denger logat casternya lucu ya, Bilibili.
Bilibili. Not hard committing onto the flank. Just looking to contain with a few plays. They've got a reinforcement arrive, but potentially too late. YZ. What we needed to see from him. And here's that second layer of it.
Lah, monyet nggak pakai ini, Cok. Nggak pakai neon. Ya, bro, belakang. Kacau. Waduh.
Decimating. Early piss around win here for Bilibili. Great mid-round decision making.
Nice try,
There
nice
you
try.
go. Kukuka said it. They were the first team, the only team left in the tournament to not have won a pistol. And
It's okay. Baru ronde pertama,
at
coy.
least a decent performance from Bilibili.
Belum lemes, coy.
What they showed
Santai dulu nggak sih?
against MIBR was completely flat. They flatlined utterly. And here, the idea is good, the execution is decent. I mean, Levius wasn't quite ready for the push down mid, but other than that, flawless. And even go for the proactivity, like mentioned in the post-ban, and hitting their shots, which was, again, another nightmare up against MIBR. They just couldn't win a duel.
A good showcase from Bilibili.
Bilibili.
Somewhat similar opening here as well for RRQ, stacking bodies over towards A main at the start of the round and going back to cover that mid gap. If that's the way that RRQ are going to tend to play the attack, the defense side, then YZ might have some opportunities to go fast up mid on some kind of A split round.
Yeah.
Bilibili have got some of those set ideas in the back.
Sebenarnya abis ini gue pengen
how many they want to bring out here, how
stream
fast they want to play,
Silksong,
'cause
tapi
they have
kayaknya gue
slowed
mau
down a
kelarin
lot since you might remember them from
HSR gue
champs
dulu dah.
before, where they were a bit of a chaotic team. They have actually slowed down and put a lot more discipline into their game. Still got to keep that confidence high, though.
Certainly. Already stronger beginnings. I mean, YZ's got the ghost in his hand. He'll probably be the one going hunting.
Udah, apa?
The backside, though, looks like
Kopi
an
gue
earnest
udah agak
attempt by
dingin
RRQ,
aja.
potentially. Flood of util.
Habisin sekali.
Back and forth. Bit of a handshake for now, but no real player looking to step over the line of skirmish. RRQ still tiptoeing around, looking to see if they can send a couple of bodies, but util comes out full swing along with
Gosong ya guys ya, termasak coy. Dimasak kita coy.
One player dropping in the form of YZ. He wasn't carrying a weapon, so the economy is going to be nice and flourishing as they look to round 3 for Bilibili.
And this is where I'm paying attention to whether or not they have one of those nice set ideas that they pull out. Because we know that they can be aggressive, chaotic, they thrive in it, or at least have done in the past. So this would be the perfect
Anjir,
round to pull
sumpah
something
cuy,
out.
gerah banget. Anjir, pengen
Rely on
lepas baju.
Wireless put in earlier on. And here looking like they want to put pressure over towards B and put the test onto Xfero. Big game player. He's stepped up for RRQ in difficult spots so far this year.
Anjir, si David ini kan, si Xfero lagi sakit apa gimana itu?
The beginning of these rounds so far from Bilibili.
Pakai koyo anjing, koyo nggak tuh? Apa sih namanya kan? Kalau koyo kan di ini ya, di punggung ya. Kalau di dahi itu apa namanya?
Yeah, you'd like to see him breaking that fairly quickly. Taps the cam to see whether they're still in B main, and that's broken. So no more useful mid-round information going to be provided from that. But Bilibili back out of B and haven't accomplished too much so far in the bonus. Time ticking. Still a lot of aim control for RRQ. Bilibili not pulling out some kind of set idea, I don't think, from the book.
Neon yang set, ya kena slow, ya gak jadi combo, ya.
Back over to B.
It looks like that might be the play.
They didn't break the trips.
Levius being that insert, they don't have the trips yet. Still broken, like you said. So Xfero going to be able to play that kill trip potentially for it. He doesn't overextend himself here. He's opened himself up onto the line of sight potentially, but
wah, anjir ada catch dong.
to play against these flashes. Well, into the back of the side. Munyet is fast off of it. Look at the reinforcement, look at the help out. While time is running short and running dry of the mark here. Billy just throwing anything at the wall to see if it will stick. K-Knight, though, last to go down. And RRQ will seal this one up. No real damage done either.
I can appreciate Billy trying to run some slow rounds to figure out what's going on the defense side, but I think that one looked a little purposeless.
Gue seneng aja dengerin casternya ngomong Billy.
Sure, it got rid of the cam, but it didn't actually leave an insert. Weren't able to get a pick anywhere towards B main or mid, and then just ended up having to go for a B exec when they hadn't even pushed the A players off the line, so rotates were coming in through thick and fast. Neff here, going for an attack side operator early on is very interesting to see. And Jemkin one away from that defensive, really powerful waylay ult.
Attacker beli OP. Breach lagi.
Speed anything up.
Gila.
That was intended for a cam, but it's in a different spot. So
it's actually in pretty much the same spot that it was put the first time around, but maybe they forgot where it was or thought he was going to move it.
Either way, Xfero's going to be able to get that information in the mid round, but might be getting time in the sun here to contest them. But
dihancurin dong.
Broken, walking up steadily. It's all slow going.
Kelihatan nggak sih?
The rest of the team trying to work their way up. The cam's going to be spotting them out. They're already out onto the site.
What a play! What a lovely idea to contact in.
Buset.
Already,
Wah,
is absolutely destroying them from the flank there. Up the gut in mid. They were not expecting it. Pounced on the chance to really bite back against them, and that's a good, beautiful fault line into the dart. Still shut down. Into the glide. It's a wonderful shot. The trade is there.
Saving nggak sih guys? Saving. Wah, belakang cok. Nice. Ini kalau dapat satu lagi sih winnable sih. Oh, udah fix saving mereka.
Yeah, it's perhaps a little bit of a pity because if Jemkin had thought about playing for that one a little earlier on, then you're right. I think they could have made a bit of a go at it, but instead just choosing to save. You see the money. Crazy Guy wouldn't be able to buy into the next, only 50 credits to his name. So they're looking to get at least one player to go for the drop here. And Jemkin, if he had gone
mereka saving negaranya. Crazy Guy-nya nggak bisa beli.
What a call though from Billy. What a nice idea. I was a little critical of how purposeless.
Ada yang beliin sih ini sih. Si Jemkin ya kayaknya. Yang beliin si Jemkin sih.
Like they were accomplishing too much, but they threw very similar util out on B this round and just walked in behind it. That Omen smoke that they threw in round 3, which didn't do much because the cam was already there in B main. This time, they just walked straight out after figuring out that Xfero is going to be playing backside. RRQ might need to adjust by playing a slightly more aggressive version of the B play. They could even run a trap off the cam contact, actually, with the breach and the waylay.
Certainly.
But not going to look for it this time. Instead, the cam adjusted to hold the walkout through B main.
All eyes on mid here for RRQ. There's a fast, rapid play with double dash. Double TP forwards. Munyet's going to be joining him alongside him. Shoulder to shoulder.
Nggak ada orang
kills, but completely vacated. Billy not in the area and not looking like they're in the market for a fight.
A reaction? A fairly slow reaction, but the cam will be able to get a tag here for Xfero to get some level of spam off.
Shots. Trips are still active, including the one back towards Boba just in case they choose to refine a little bit closer. A lot of spam back and forth. Munyet almost going down because of it, but is being spotted out now.
Nggak kena dong bulannya. Oh, tapi dapat dong.
Munyet!
Aduh,
just from the side, his team to try and help him out. Jemkin onto the back alongside Crazy Guy.
Wah, dapat OP coy. Ambil OP.
Good plan of action built around the ultimates.
Well, that's how you run a retake.
Nggak diambil.
Cam is played, tapped. Shows exactly where the positioning is, informs a Paranoia, informs a Waylay ult as well. Completely catches K-Knight, he's got no hope. And Levius pushed into a corner, bullied out as well. RRQ are one of the teams at this tournament that plays the most for retake. They're playing about 2/3 of their rounds, allowing the spike to go down for their opponents.
Oh, diambil.
And then coming back in with big ideas like that.
Tadi ada yang buka tap, nggak ada yang bawa OP soalnya.
And now the op changes hands.
We're seeing a faster play and look towards A now. YZ's got that overdrive. Making sure the deal was that utility. Big reveal, but that the trip just tangles him up. YZ not able to step much more further past that. That's a Crazy Guy holding his own.
Buset, masih kena
has some supplementary util as well. Munyet ready to lay it down the smoke so they can hard commit into this elbow. Extremity. Right there. But the ult for a rainy day on top of it too, choosing to give up a bit more of that space.
I think Billy will be a little bit annoyed that they chose to go A this one round fast and run into xFaro's trips, which for the first time he's moved away from B and towards A. So great read from RRQ here that the faster eco round was going to be headed on this site.
Big heads up, making sure to not get conditioned with the way that Billy have been playing, the slower, cautious tail that they've been weaving over towards B.
Diving nggak sih? Harusnya diving.
Slow down, just down to the three of them is going to come down to the right
fix.
shots. Xfero,
Diving sih harusnya
on
sih.
top of it all, locked in on this angle here. Russia is hard committed into this spot. Has the ability to get out here, but with the spike drop down, there's really no more chances for him. Doesn't have a weapon to save into the next. Will just look to do as much damage as he possibly can.
Yeah. Gak mungkin lah dipus lah, gila kali.
Huge credit to RRQ again for reading exactly what the play was. Brennan, I just want to point out this trip as well that's up at the top here. I mean, think about this one. They were already planning for if that eco round was going to be a B split up through mid as well. I mean, they had both fast strats that they were predicting Billy would run with trips perfectly placed to try to counter it. So
hyper aware.
Yeah, not just putting all of their eggs into the basket of we're predicting they're going A. Obviously, there was a lot of bodies here. There was a good trip here as well, but I just want to note that.
Let's go.
Great setup, great anticipation.
Ya nggak masalah teriak-teriak tuh Cahaya tuh semangat banget ya.
A sheriff, a bulldog, but
bocil hyper.
Two guardians as well, actually, just so that they can afford all of their util.
Really bizarre.
And xFaro picks up the op, which implies Jemkin's going to do something a bit more aggro.
Looking down mid, Cam early break. Two players looking in that direction. Crazy Guy's hard committed.
Oke, Jemkin bakal maju nih.
Rolling thunder from this
now or never. Now or never, bro.
Jemkin's gonna feast.
Oh, dia bawa OP, cok. Wah, nice setun, gila banget. Gila, nice banget. Nice anjir OP-nya. Wah, gila, setun neonnya sih gila banget sih, anjir. Oh, tapi, no. Tidak semudah itu ya.
Not able to step past that
sure,
point. It's an instant reaction that RRQ are ready for, and it's all up to K-Knight now.
I love the idea from RRQ. I also think that Billy dealt with it quite nicely. Rushi getting the teleport into the corner, and why is he going for a stun to stop the follow-up? But then when Billy go for the reaction, RRQ's reinforcements are there. And it looks like they're set up to go for a contact and a double swing as well. They can even get something high-low going. This spike has no
Wah, anjir, ini kalah lucu sih. Kalau kalah lucu banget sih ini sih, serius.
20 seconds though.
Flash dodged, lined up almost.
Hampir, cok. Gila.
That was definitely a world, but at the end of the day, RRQ were ready for it.
Monya and Crazy Guy would have had to get their heads
tadi apa ya si xFaro pindah ya? Dia takut dari ini kan, dari market kan? Wih, ada ada trio ini, cok.
Jemkin picks up the op again, gets it back from his friend xFaro, and looks to try to take a bit of an angle down mid. Been an area that RRQ have been exploring quite a lot. So Billy may want to put a few more resources there, but instead the cam gives them this B main walk up.
Gede.
This aggro cam from xFaro though, they've probably heard it being placed.
They've got some in. Yeah, I mean, look at it.
Oh, hello.
By YZ.
That's actually quite early in the round to be honest with you. 120 on the clock, getting rid of the cam is not bad. It's also drag Crazy Guy over here. But Billy. Not with any space on the map apart from B main currently. They've never once tried to default towards A and then spread back out.
Just through into mid. That's where they're going to be taking a look in Uganda. A bit of a re-clearance going on, but below the minute mark now. Market go into A too much.
Market door not being closed makes you very worried that the op is going to be posted here. Because normally the defenders are going to look to try to seal that avenue off.
Billy have maneuvered their way around it though, over towards A, just pure disrespect. Contacting as much as they possibly can past this, realizing, wait a minute. It's a retake setup from RRQ. No one's really holding close from this one. Looks like an attempt to try and clear out bottom section of mid, but no one's home.
Yeah, and because that cam got broken so early in B main, the defensive rotates are actually really slow here for RRQ. They've got the read on this A.
Gila, mereka mainnya lambat banget, anjir. Woi.
Oh my god. Limping away from that engagement here. The plant should go down from Nefto. you said. No pushback.
Now a retake with no big ultimates for RRQ. Billy should be favored here.
Swap the rifle and the operator around. Jemkin's going to have that one. Be the tip of the spear for his team now, waiting for it. Now with the util, but it's primed on either side, looking for signs of life. Horns forwards, K9 alongside it, wants to try and play on top of it. Still going to be stunned in the process, but that Hinder comes through into the back. Slow down RRQ for now, the peak is watched for, and this is Billy with a wonderful hold now.
Saving sih. Dapat tuh. Gak jadi saving, Cok. Wah, gila. Ente dah itu yang kena ya. Yang mati di smoke tadi siapa ya? Itu ente banget sih. Dia half HP anjir, mau nggak mau. Satu pelor, dua pelor, mati dah. Tinggal spam aja anjing.
Being able to find the gaps in RRQ's defense, and RRQ being a little slow to detect it. Of course, in round 4, they did the contact play into B, abusing Xfero's passive hold. This time, finding a huge gap on the A site after taking B.
Boleh tuh tadi line up one way-nya di market. Gue sekarang di Sunset pakainya Vice aja.
This looks like a play just to try to get a good Sova ultimate out. It looks like they're trying to stun YZ. Off dart.
He's all the way up there. Disrespected most of this one here. He does have Levius by his side. YZ just perfect tracking as well. Managed to.
Wih, smoke-nya timingnya gila bagus banget.
Hunter's Fury to try and push them into an even deeper avenue, but again, Levius has got his head on a bit of a swivel trying to spot where these players are, and yet really isolated, anchoring.
Gila timingnya sih.
This one, there's no safe space. They're going to try and left to contain.
Ya ampun, nembak apa dia, Cok.
Jemkin trading from above. Section of top mid brings it into that 3v.
Ini dapat sih. Xfero dapat sih. Ya, dilihatin sofanya, Cok. Aduh. RRQ pada gak bisa nembak dah apa ya?
It's going to be a dream if he wins this round, but it will remain that way. He's looking to just take the op and save and scurry away.
Nice idea again from Billy.
Mereka kalah 1v1 semua tadi.
Going up mid, being able to get
Padahal nggak langsung hitut juga loh di Billy-Billy-nya.
It's a lovely idea. And they're not approaching these off barrier drop. They managed to take a little bit of mid control, make it still feel like one of their slow default rounds, and then pounce on those players. And RRQ left reeling. They'll still have the op. They'll still have money to be able to buy here. But getting into the crunch time on Billy's attack side, they've actually shown some pretty nice depth and strategy. Way better. Let's just start from the big picture POV. Way better than their opening game against MIBR. They actually look like they're playing similar to how they were in VCT CN when they lifted the trophy. A reminder that both of these teams at different points this year have been at the very top of their domestic regions. They just haven't been able to translate that in globals as yet.
It's a resounding bounce back here from Billy. They were looking out of it in their first game of this event.
With
a very good idea and strategy. Slower play working out in their favor. Lets them save a lot of util as well, knowing that RRQ are playing that retake setup. So far, the operator, which is usually going to be the counter to a slower play that Billy are offering, hasn't seen too much value. Now we're seeing explosive now.
Yeah.
Paranoia, the stun, a trip. Oh my god.
Wait, pegang senjata kocak. Anjing, pegang pisau, Cok.
1-for-1. It's not quite the trade, but still there. Evens it 4 versus 4 now.
It actually gets rid of quite a bit of that retake utility that Kushi would be providing.
Barely a shoulder peeking out. They choose to play this one, swap around at the weaponry again. They want Jemkin to be front and center. Aftershock Paranoia will be a connection. Neff will have to respect that one alongside that fault line.
Nice banget anjir utilnya, Cok.
Looking sublime.
Gila gak tuh.
Just going to be a sitting duck. And he needs that help, and he needs that bailout. K9 trying to help out from the side as well, but he is hard committed into this spot. Now going to be double facing all of these players.
Dilihatin OP.
Picks up Levius. This point.
Udah nggak bisa, udah susah sih tuh. Retake-nya bagus banget. Retake-nya sih bagus banget itu. Sumpah.
Really comfortable in these retakes.
Bagus banget retake-nya, Cok, gak bohong gua.
Some nice protocols. Jemkin's always offloading the operator. They're getting in, targeting people quite nicely with the pieces of utility. Breach util landing.
Itu sih.
Jemkin landing. Making it very difficult for Billy to just hold in position.
Di luar kuasa ya. Kalau ngekillnya kayak gitu tadi, anjing.
And fight back themselves a little aggressive.
Tadi retake-nya bagus sih.
Very back and forth game.
Penggunaan utilnya sih bagus banget anjir. Gimana enggak? Ini kocar kacir yang diset, Cok. Kena util semua. Kena flash lah, kena stun lah. Kena slow-nya Jemkin. Lah. Biar. Dapat 2. Satu doang, Cok.
140 ding to the head.
Billy still going for the contact though. They could have led with a drone there. They could have led with a jumpy, but they didn't want to make any noise.
Those signs of potentially the playstyle being punished.
Ngelamun dia. Ngelamun dia. Dia ngelamun anjir.
No longer a worry at the back of their minds when this play starts to go off. The retake. RRQ can focus their full attention onto the site. Billy forward, though. Yeah, Billy trying to take that fight. This is it. Hyper aggressive.
Wow.
Starting into the paranoia. Already collecting the 1 kill. Convergent paths. Offloaded onto the side here. But this is really Billy isolated on an island. K-Knight is their savior. Knight in shining armor. But it's left it just down to Russia, but still very much winnable. Dodge at a flash to the side. He's still got 2 players left to deal with.
Oh, hampir anjir.
Can't quite manage the spray transfer.
Itu guardiannya sih ngeri banget anjing.
I love the idea of Jemkin dashing in from God knows where.
Guardiannya bisa gitu ya.
But absolutely, you're
tinggal geser mouse doang aja. Ini lepas tangan yang kiri.
Despite a fantastic 2K from K-Knight. RRQ clean up. And at least they're going to make this one even at the half. They feel really comfortable in these retakes tonight.
Jadi Tokyo Revenger gitu, Cok, si Wilson sama Jamal aja. Jadi anak sekolahan Jepang, Cok. Beli baju kayak gitu di mana ya? Buat photoshoot bagus nih.
Once again though, they go over towards A and
jadi anak sekolahan Jepang tuh.
And is set up more towards this site, and a very early mid push too from RRQ. This mid push has been getting a lot of value, flushing out the lurker. This time Levius playing with the team.
Deep TP and all there. Rusha's going to be able to clear out most of the site. This triple player flank, though, as you've been saying, could be paying dividends right now. Full line onto the side. Prowler's going to be catching it. Monstrous from him. 2-piece to be gained in that spot, in that situation.
Teman-temannya mana kocak?
Cutting away the sound cues. The desperation starting to seep in. Billy got to try and hold them down. Still good enough awareness. Rolling thunder as well to push them even further back. Overdrive from YZ.
Wah, anjir masih ini dong.
Response from behind as a bang to the back with a bullet to the back. K-Knight instantly there on top of it, and Jemkin left to just wonder how the hell do I take this fight? And 1v3. Still guessing where these players might be. It's a first, but it's going to be, again, a very good second shot. Just gone wide enough. So a 6-6 half. Where we stand here. Much better looks from Billy.
Dia pikir dia tekstur. Gak tau kenapa ya, tiba-tiba gue kepikiran itu. Tadi kalau tekstur udah dapet 2 sih. Gak bohong gue. Kalau nggak tekstur kangkang udah dapat 2. Tekstur kangkang something, tekstur kangkang something.
Explosive back and forth is what it's been really. But listen, we'll send it down to the floor. Lewis standing by with a very special guest.
Rooting he is him. Rooting he is him. Bonjour. Cara baca bonjour gimana sih? Bonjour. Enggak sih? Bonjour.
To ask you is very important. How has been the Radiant grind lately? Any champs pro that you've met in ranked?
Honnêtement, la ranked ça se passe bien. Et surtout, ce qui est cool, c'est de voir vraiment tous les pays venir pour jouer en ranked. Et on voit des pros et on se rend compte que la ranked, ça a quand même step up depuis quelques jours.
I can imagine that definitely. Donc évidemment,
nggak tahu dia ngomong apa, Cok. Aku orang mudeng, kok ngomong apa?
Have arrived, and yeah, I'm enjoying myself. And talking about ranked, I think French people, you know, we kind of have a reputation in Valorant, right? But here at the venue, everyone is smiley, just like you. Everyone is like in a good mood and stuff. So is that the real face of the French Valorant players? Donc on a une réputation sur Valo, les Français, mais ici tout le monde est souriant, tout le monde a de la hype, etc. Donc est-ce que c'est ça le vrai visage du Valorant français?
C'est vrai qu'en France, on a un peu la réputation d'être aigri, de râler au premier round perdu et d'être un peu toxique, mais dès qu'on se rencontre IRL, on voit que
ini sih fix ini orang Cina ini yang tengah ini.
C'est vraiment un plaisir de voir tout le monde.
So yeah, we have a reputation when we're like trying
udah
hard
dari
and
muka udah kelihatan ya. He is Chinese.
So happy, the vibes are immaculate. So that, yeah, that's how French people truly are. Merci beaucoup, thank you, Jetix, for joining me, and we're gonna see who takes the win on Sunset.
Anjir, ini dia dukung Billy cok, ini cok.
It's been electric, certainly back and forth, and that step up that we wanted to see from Billy Overall. That 6-6 half. Take a deeper dive as well onto Crazy Guy.
Billy.
Base econ report, see how he's been putting up. Honestly, he's been quite a subtle player for them. I mean, he's never really the heavy hitter. He's always able to support if util.
Yeah, I think he actually did a pretty good job in plenty of these rounds, though, defending certain areas.
For sure,
I mean,
yeah.
we were watching him lock down elbow, for example, in a couple
Crazy
of these
Guy.
rounds. Facilitate some pretty important mid pushes as well. So, yeah, a
Ini
good
damage deal itu musuhnya ya? Oh iya, benar.
And I think that Neff will be looking to replicate something similar on the defense side too. When you watch those two, yes, yeah, exactly. A former teammate. They both won Ascension together in 2023, and interestingly enough, Neff actually leads all of the players in the world in Stage 2 for most assists per round. So keep your eye on that when he's on stuff like the Breach. And here, potential clash in mid.
Walking down. It's a slight pixel angle to work with, but again, it's going to spot that contact and that play. You know, read by RRQ. Munyet trying to get involved a little bit more, but again, Tepid slowly working their way around this one and redrawing the battle lines once more, giving up on the fight.
Jemkin's got himself in quite a deep position. Not looking to take the battle just yet, and actually might be getting cleared out.
Oh, nah, aduh. Gue lupa, salah, gue lupa. Udah tuker set. Gue lupa.
Wins the duel, and that's going to leave RRQ in a bit of a pickle because now they can't go over towards A.
Steadily though, slowly but surely, going to be making their way onto the B site. They don't have Jemkin as that insert, but again,
nice
there's a
nih.
reflank occurring by Billy.
Nice banget ini.
So hyperactive, always reclearing for the space.
Oh, mereka.
Absolutely, and also this.
Wah, harusnya udah ketahuan sih kalau mereka ke B sih.
A pretty interesting one.
Wih, apa tuh?
Plant on the B site. Oh my god, it doesn't even matter.
What
the fuck?
This man's looking like a battle cruiser. Just ending their day and
what the fuck?
This Billy on fire.
I mean, I'm talking as if they're going to get the plant down and
What
Levius is going to have to play
the
retake.
fuck are they doing, man?
They just go straight into his sight line, and he picks them off before RRQ even have a chance. So now double pistol collected here for Billy after winning 0 in their opening match against MIBR. Not winning here on Sunset.
Ya ampun, nge-whiff dia, cok.
Close first half, I think, would be a disappointment for them. They could land a really big early blow here against the Pacific team.
Nge-throw anjir. Bisa-bisanya mereka sampai situ, tapi mereka ngelihatnya ke market anjir. What the fuck?
RRQ, honestly, flashbacks to their game versus Fnatic, their opening map. Close loss in that Ascent game versus Fnatic. Just rounds, ended up losing both of them, could have made a major
Anjir,
difference.
semuanya kena.
They don't want this to be turned in the same way.
Wih, bagus banget.
A game of who can use the util the most. Goes evenly on either side here. Could be a slight timing for Munyet to work with, but they'll just spam down a moment's notice. Crazy Guy, you're not going to be getting too much done from here. Doesn't have the spike, can't go
Bro,
for
pikir ngumpet di situ nggak bakal ketahuan ya. Anjir di through the smoke.
Getting the Cypher ult online too, so situational ultimate can be pretty amazing, especially if Billy are going to go for those aggressive reclear fights and pick off a lurker in the mid round. In Pacific, RRQ were getting most of their work done, generally speaking, across their map pool on the defense side, rather than the attack side. But I have loved the ideas that they've got with Crazy Guy and Jemkin working together.
Yeah.
You've got such nice synergy on this map with the stun into the dash and the saturate. But all of that requires you to have some kind of, broad idea of which player you want to target.
Anjir.
Better spam on either side there. Dart not quite tagging onto Xfera.
A splits can be really powerful with RRQ's comp, but that requires them to take a little bit of mid control, and that deep smoke that they're currently facing is making them a little worried. The Billy have gone walkabouts. Not the case though.
The Horn's going to get good clearance there.
Cam broken in mind.
Anjir.
I don't think they realize the trip is also there, so Billy won't care about that too much.
And a drone reclearance for Billy as well, getting good mid-round information here.
Yeah, I like that. and setting Levius up on a really deep line. Not something that we saw from Xfero.
It's good from them. Rusha breaks the prowler, makes it feel like there's more presence over towards it, and every clearing into mid. Held and ready as well as Util trying to attempt to punish. They know that Crazy Guy was going for it. As well,
nge-kill si Crazy Guy, anjir.
That's such a great timing, isn't it?
It is.
Just as Crazy Guy's trying to tuck into tiles to get the line on the A player. Punished.
RRQ left into 4v4, still with that side control. Plant going down here. A response from Billy looking to play this one onto the retake. Not ideal in terms of the weaponry, but with Levius causing a bit of a stir onto the flank. Could be enough of a distraction they need. Paranoia swoops forwards. Cushy trying to take a lot of that space forward.
Nice, okay.
At least keep his aim clean enough. Nice with the resets. Dropping K-Knight in the process. Still dominating that angle and causing a bit of concern for Billy. But here's Levius. Finally, time to strike his Knight. Stepping up to the plate, trying to help his team, and now they're looking to combine their might. Grouping up together now for this hit back in. Cushy trying to hold it down. His back against the wall. His only option really to try and power through. Brute forces to play. But again, the timing taken against it. The fight's all going away.
There's no way.
Oh, Billy.
Why on earth has he all taken the fight right before the time was about to expire?
Anjir 0,7 juga tuh.
All you had to do was swing.
Yeah.
3/4 of a second
Kenapa mereka nge-pick sih?
And that round is impossible for Billy to win.
That's crazy work.
Mereka takut kali ya, soalnya mereka ke pojok kan. Mereka kan ngomongnya di situ ya. Ya emang bener sih, mau nggak mau harus nge-spike sih.
I mean, the decision from Jemkin and Monyet to try to trade.
Cuman kayaknya jiggle-nya kelebaran dah.
Exactly wrong.
Pada bisa keculik gitu ya yang di belakang. Yang di generator pada bisa keculik. Padahal itu kalau nahan waktu bentar lagi aja gitu. Udah menang gitu tadi.
Double pistol and a bonus. Billy should be favored to take Sunset. Their opponent's map pick.
Yeah. Set up for the slam dunk for an opening map win in this series, and it's elimination as a reminder. Loser will be going home. Jemkin sending it fast and loose, trying to get the help from the rest of his team here. A lot of Utah though, and this is pure disrespect from Levius. Purely feeling himself as well. Gliding in, sliding in. K-Knight coming out from the side alongside Levius. Jemkin is no more. Turned to dust. 10-6 now. Billy running away with it. But the upcoming round will be a bye round for RRQ, and it has to be the time where they turn things around.
Yeah, they need a great idea to get themselves back into this game to stabilize.
Sumpah sih, ini Bridge dua-duanya ngeselin semua cuy, nggak bohong.
Completely misplayed the post plan situation. Billy, I'm still thinking back to the previous round. I'm not talking about this one.
Bridge-nya Billy sama Bridge-nya RRQ, gila. Annoying semua cuy, nggak bohong. Kayak mereka tuh kayak, anjir, monitornya ke bawah nggak tuh? Crazy Guy.
It's not to say it's impossible for RRQ to win this game on Lotus and Abyss.
Bentar, emang enak ya? Monitor deket banget gitu emang enak kah?
Beating all of the other Chinese teams. And then Abyss, I mean, who knows? To be honest with you, it's a bit of an
apa gua deketin ya monitor gua ya?
Used to be good on that map too. So pressure really on RRQ very early in this match.
Ini monitor gua berapa senti jarang ya?
They are so wrong. Billy have turned up in much better form, much more usual form, I would say.
Yeah, and it's
bikin capek mata nggak sih kalau deket-deket gitu?
Yeah, it's not slapdash, not throwing things into it, just trying to take it. It's a very measured approach to the game.
Yeah, they've gone from silly to drilly.
-2.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll workshop it.
Yeah,
there's something.
Cyber diff, coy. Kayaknya Xpero lagi nggak fit dah hari ini dah, lagi nggak sehat sih kayaknya.
To the rest of their team, they've got double the kills of everyone else.
20 and 11.
That is
18-20.
Absurd.
To 10, I should say.
I mean, obviously Levius has had some big rounds just recently, but man, RRQ need a hero, and I think it's got to be Jemkin. He's 11 and 11 right now, but I've yet to see him have a match at a global event where he takes over, and that's mad because he's so good in Pacific.
And there's so much hype around this player ahead of Toronto, previous event in the year.
Dua orang coy.
Now we are expecting big things.
Astagfirullah. Ya ampun.
Let's say bye-bye. Good night. We're just staring at their reactions, man. Meanwhile, there's a fight kicking off.
Wah, nice try dah.
Just cold of it, I guess.
No, I mean, listen. The producers were right. The round was over.
Jelek gini ada di champion ya, mana ya?
YZ and Rusia were the two players that I was most disappointed in.
Ternyata di elbow, cok.
they are normally the two best players for Bilibili. Today, playing fine. Obviously, today is more so about Levius and K-Knight. You can see it in the numbers, but YZ and Rushi are still having those big rounds and showcasing just there. Dismissing RRQ.
RRQ really scraping the bottom of the barrel here with a bite. Not investing everything into it here, really just trying to take this one. And they will have to drag it back one round at a time to OT. You're assuming that Bilibili win this one, which, listen, so far, it's been the case.
Jemkin acquires his ultimate, but I've yet to really see any of these great set ideas for RRQ. We've seen them in Pacific. They've been great at comboing the stun with the dash and getting Jemkin into good aggressive spots, putting pressure up through top mid. Today, it's looked a little flat, but I think part of the reason for that is that they haven't even been able to get into position to run some of their ideas.
Sure.
Here, they're trying to open up B, put the pressure over towards mid and A. They found the right avenue, but they have to keep going.
Double dash in, there's going to be a Hunter's Fury to try and push them back.
Wah, anjir, dapat 2 itu.
Here. Could be some bodies dropping and
Gila nih Levius jago banget nih orang anjing. Ya. Itu kalau dia nggak reload dapat 4 dia yakin gua. Atau enggak malah gue yakin. Levius lagi baru menyala ini. Nyala dia coy.
And RRQ are going to take a tag time out. Look at this.
That's lovely.
Gila kepala semua lo dari tadi lo dia lo nembaknya.
Perfect from Levius. Really collected, isn't it? And at the same time as the Hunter's Fury come through, they knew exactly what was going on there. They're really happy to just play for backside control on B. Don't need a stack when they've got the Silver ult to help them. And no ults expended there either, you know. No Waylay ult, no Fade ult. Those were two tools that RRQ had to work with. Yeah. They didn't have to just walk in and try to get a plant immediately. They could have tried to push the fight a little further. Could have tried to set up some punish perhaps onto Levius in backside, but it's been...
Ini lagi nggak sehat dah kayaknya ada si Xvero.
Timid on their attack side, I think, from RRQ.
Scared of the potential of a trap play, perhaps.
Maybe.
Gua yang nggak expect Sentinel sih, gila sih 2 kali main 2 kali kalah sih. 0-2 Sentinel cok.
It's the last time out they've got really, last chance to put it together on their own map pick here in this elimination series.
I like the proactivity that RRQ was showing on defense. I think they actually played a pretty decent defense side. The op from Jemkin, I wasn't super happy about how they were running that, but everything else I was all right with. Here, they haven't got a single round on their attack side. And they have had chances. I mean, for a couple of rounds in the middle, we were talking about how they threw it away in the post plant, but a lot of them, they just haven't really even had a look in. And Bilibili are playing off-site on A, hoping that RRQ go for a massive ult dump, and they can play retake in a bit more of even footing. Early dash.
Yeah, nice and early here with Haunt, taking low control, and again, same.
Gila, nge-push lagi nggak tuh?
Billy putting all their eggs here onto the flank.
Ayo langsung yuk, set kosong nih.
Online and ults are being committed. RRQ get a full clearance.
So now you know that Bilibili were playing full retake.
Oke, 2 orang.
Are you gonna waylay ult? Are you gonna breach ult? Are you gonna fight them in the flank?
Oke, 3 orang harusnya ketahuan sih minimal 3 orang. Bentar, itu ultinya siapa tadi? Ultinya si Crazy Guy ya. Oke, nice delay. Nice delay. Gua delay aja nggak sih? Menang sih, menang. Ini kalau kritik sih gua udah nggak paham ya. Ini udah bagus banget nih. Tapi nggak bisa lari. Ya, okay. Ya ini mati dong sini, siapa ini? Kan. Nggak mati Jemkin. Gila. Nggak mati coy. Tapi mahal coy, gila coy. Itu bagus banget sih, cuman ya tadi nggak bisa lari cok.
to use a breach ult.
Ya, kena dia.
Not healthy for their economy, but they're still going to be able to come to the next with 5 rifles, 4 full armors.
Comeback yuk, bisa yuk, comeback.
Them just yet. But that is that 1 round on the board. They've got to put another 5 up there.
It has to be consecutive. It has to be convincing.
Shock dart there to break the B main barrier trip.
Walking up here, there's no real pushback again in through market. Billy holding this one with a more passive setup, but that's a cross map with a fault line. It's a good stun to try and set them up. K-Knight going to be taking a peek. Here's a conversion pass into the back of the site. Now no one is home.
Kosong. Ya elah nih orang gila sakit banget, cok.
You try and take a fight towards his side. He's already bought time for this rapid approach coming from the rest of Billy, and they are
wah, nice try dah, GG.
It's not even close at this
Gila,
point.
diobok-obok Jemkin.
No one can stand up against them.
Gila.
7 for our opening map here. This elimination series.
Ini nggak tahu ya gue Billy-Billynya yang jago apa RRQ-nya yang lagi bapuk.
Has come to play today. And Levius, what a monster, 26 kills. Dismissing RRQ.
Sebenarnya blundernya tuh nggak terlalu banyak ya. Kopi tarik Edwin. Gila bro, mereka masuk ini official anjir, gila banget. Gila masuk official coy, ngeri kali. Gila, nice. Nice.
Now that I'm a mom, things are different. Verizon's different too. They let everyone in my family choose different plans. We get what we want and we save money. Love that for me.
An update is required.
Aduh kaget gua. Bangsat. Gua kira PC gua, cok. Rese juga ya. Mana soalnya lagi gua full screen anjing.
System updated. We will dance to get. The future of money is here. Feels good.
Klik Wikipedia.
Where we are starting off with valorant.
If you wanna win, you have to win against the best. So looking for revenge.
Habis ini G2 sama Dragon apa? Dragon Ranger. Jatuhnya PRX belum keluar ya. Ini sih gua nggak expect sih, serius coy, nggak expect gua. Berapa sih? 21 ya, udah 1. Ini sih gue feeling gua udah menang Giant sih, Giant X sih. Besok. Apa ini? Ini apa sih, Cuk? Ah.
Hey guys, Jen Lee here with Coach Bile of BLG. Now, congratulations, Coach, on Sunset. Now, when it comes to Lotus, you guys have played against so many different comps back in the CN region. Now, when it comes to facing RRQ, there's a high chance that they will be playing the Raze, Yoru, double duelist comp. So, how are you feeling about going up against them in the upcoming map? 감독님, 선셋 축하드리고요. 이제 로터스 준비를 해야 하는데 사실 중국 리그에서 로터스에서 다양한 조합을 정말 많이 상대해 보셨잖아요. RRQ 같은 경우에는 최근에 보여준 게 요루와 레이즈 이 투타격대 조합이었는데 얼마나 자신 있으신지 한마디 부탁드립니다.
뭐 물론 저희가 CN 리그에서 계속 로터스를 한 번도 안 지고 오긴 했지만 뭐 물론 CN 리그도 다양한 조합을 정말 많이 쓰거든요. 뭐 지금 말한 것처럼 RRQ 조합 투타격이라든지 뭐 그런 것도 많이 정석 조합도 많이 하고 하는데 뭔가 로터스는 그냥 저희가 평소 하던 대로 그거에서 게임하면 될 것 같아요. 선수들이 연습 때도 그렇고 그냥 로터스 자체를 뭔가 그냥 편안하게 하는 느낌이 좀 큰 것 같아요. 어떤 조합이든.
Well, yeah, we've been undefeated in the CN League when it comes to our Lotus, and there were a lot of different comps that we had to face up against. You know, we had the double duelist comp, and also that the comp RRQ used to run back in the Pacific. So we are feeling pretty confident. So I just feel like us being able to play our own game and feeling like and knowing that Lotus is definitely our home ground will be the most important thing. Thank you very much, Bile, and best of luck.
Thank you.
It's great that Billy are able to feel confident. We saw a lot of that on the map of Sunset. I'm Yingsu, I'm back with Kakuka and Mimi. And if we take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment, Mimi
so different. YC had a horrible time in his first game, but he was massive here. This round is a split onto the A side. You can see how good he is on this Neon. Slides in, has that Sobalt to support as well coming through, gets this opening kill, and then the rest of the round is lovely too, splitting into that side. And I felt like this whole game was defined by BLG just running over A on their attack side.
I think that they were very successful in doing so. Maybe not the best retakes for the side of RRQ, but my biggest point has to be Levius. I think that the performance that we saw, especially from him, from both sides, right?
Gua ngarepnya sih
the defense, we expect
sampai map
him to be
3 ya, cuman
catching those kills.
Kayaknya
ntar was good for minimum 2 every round. Most likely 3.
Okay, what's happening with my second
I mean, you look back as well at Jemkin, and that was so tough for him. I don't think he got enough value on defense with the op. I thought RRQ played too much retake there.
Well, let's hear what Coach Ewok had to say ahead of map 2.
Hello again, Jen Lee here with Ewok, coach of RRQ.
Ewok.
Tough loss,
Ewok.
on the Sunset.
Ewok.
But you guys
Bacanya
have
emang
mentioned
Ewok.
that you've been here
Ewok
before, the elimination matches,
Dia panggilannya gimana
the
sih?
lower
Ewok
bracket
apa
runs,
Ewok?
that you guys have learned what to do in these situations from Masters Toronto. But with
Ewok.
Lotus coming up, which is bread and
Ewok.
butter for BLG, do you have any concerns as for the vibes? Or do you feel like the players are ready to reverse sweep?
Of course, there's some frustration with how we ended that previous map now. The defense side was good, but our attack side was not it. We lost some really important fights, so we just talked about there's some frustration. We get it out. We're quite used to being able to work through it. So I feel like everyone's ready to go on Lotus now.
We need the comeback king on the Lotus.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Oh, habis ini Lotus ya?
They have earned this reputation of being able to come back in many situations, but Billy's Lotus is pretty good.
Billy.
Yeah, to me this was comfort. To me this is something that if it was an option, it was a win condition at the same time for BLG. We heard it from the coach himself. Flawless in their region. They've played against so many different things. The Lotus for them is a comfort. And coming into this tournament is a very good map to have on your pocket.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It is interesting on the other side for RRQ because they only played Lotus once in stage 2, but that was against Paper Rex where they actually got the win against them.
Oke, gua nggak tahu ya ini. Kayaknya ntar abis match kedua ini kayaknya gua off stream dah. Kayaknya gua udahan. Entah siapapun itu yang menang ya. Gue sih ngarepnya RRQ ya. Cuman maupun apa kalaupun RRQ menang kayaknya gue nggak nonton sih match 3 sih.
Yeah, I think something that you were saying, so we see no surprises. Something that is very important for the side of RRQ and them getting that victory were the retakes, right? They're lucky enough they can decide to start on that defense. But if we are based on what we just saw on Sunset, how Billy was being extra aggressive, how they were being measured in where they had to put the pressure.
Gila, 66% coy Billy. Lotus.
As well as how they were working the map, that could be a problem for RRQ. It's something that Billy needs to understand. That for them, it does not start a plant in the spike and whatnot. And most importantly, YZ, he's on race. I'm happy.
He's so good at that, Agent. This is going to be a bit slower than the first map of the series for Billy, but it's going to give time for Rusha to get things going on these lurks. He's such an excellent player on this role as Viper.
And you don't want your year to end like this, RRQ. They have to win Brandon Sideshow if they want to keep their champ streams alive.
Certainly do. It will be completely disappointing for themselves, I think, to go out in this kind of fashion. They're a team that have had a lot of resilience, honestly. They have this reputation, I think, when they play regionally, Josh, as well, for being this team that can dig deep, do these lower bracket runs, but there's no better time to prove it than right here and right now.
Yeah, they got the reverse sweep in the lower bracket final, comebacks in tons of maps, but they went limp on Sunset and couldn't figure out how to run their own comp on the attack.
Seeing how this one goes, looked like it was almost gearing up for a brawl, but slow again is the call for Billy.
They were loving those contact plays on the attack side of Sunset, weren't they?
No different here. Levius
nice.
Overextended, really, just trying to take that raw aim duel. Not expecting there to be that much pushback, but YC straight over the top now, and the rest of his team can barrel in behind him. Crazy Guy trying to supplement it. A bit of spam into the smokes, and it does get the job done. YC dropped down, but Neff slipped the net.
And now, Billy just need to pause and let Neff cook right now because
kelihatan ya dia ya. Ini lebih kecil.
Rusha overzealous, trying to make something happen.
Gila, orang-orang Cina crosshairnya.
Just down to him and K-Knight. RRQ though, much better start indeed.
Crosshairnya gila, kecil banget ya.
All sorts of avenues, door opens up, points them exactly to where K-Knight will be playing from. So a pistol round win for RRQ. Much better beginnings.
Yeah, a great start.
Gila loh, mereka berapa orang itu tadi? 3 apa 4 coy? Crosshairnya sama semua cuy, kayak kuman aja yang titik semua kecil-kecil lagi.
In reality, I think RRQ, Ewok was talking about it. It just didn't materialize that attack. He was discussing the frustrations that led them with. I think this comp, though, really does give them answers to the contacty style that Billy wanted to showcase. If they're pulling that out again, Jemkin's going to want to fight on more aggro positions than he did on the Waylay.
Yeah, having access to the gate crash is vitally important.
I didn't really like how passive he was playing on the defense side of Sunset. Not that it hurt them too much, but I really think he's going to have to get active and aggro on Yoru here.
Oke, low semua.
Billy going to hope for a free plant. Bit of spam
3 fade, anjing 3. 4 race. Gila banget. Crosshair satu tim sama semua cuy. Mati situ. Aduh nggak kena tali pusher coy ternyata. Woi, oke, tajam. Nice, flawless. Swipe clean.
Oh,
clean.
Showstopper somewhat early on, still 3 pips away. We're doing an alright job. Billy play pretty standard comp here, right? They're playing a comp that you'll see across tons of different teams in VCT. But they've been very, very good at it inside VCT CN. 6-0, playing against a variety of teams and team compositions. That's what Bale was discussing with Jen earlier on. And they reckon they're ready for what RRQ is going to throw at them. But there's so little tape, actually, on RRQ.
Yeah, there's not much.
They
Grand
never,
finals, basically.
Yeah, they never really liked playing Lotus, and then they were forced to play it, brought it out, and won.
We'll see what the bonus looks like here for RRQ. Delayed refight of A-Rebels. Looks like what they're trying to cook, but the Prowler doesn't catch any contact, so definitely makes them think, okay, well, this is landing in a different direction. Billy on the other side of things, over towards B.
Tapi kalau misal pas si Cahya lompat terus kena headshot, wah, udah nggak paham lagi sih gua.
Door opens, that would force the teleport away from Jemkin if he had been playing over on this side of the map.
Wih, kena nggak sih?
Just about missing. Bullets are going wide on either side.
And now the only part that the defenders control is where Crazy Guy is posted up.
Walah.
It's a head ripped off. Yeah, it definitely is. Listen, Sierra only really working with a Marshall, but a smoke into your face, and looks like Billy were contemplating it, looking to maybe explode out, but backing away, open the door, taking it slow again. 40 seconds left. With a pace like this, they do have to end seed, looking to see if they can pull players away.
Yeah, the problem is they're not really pushing away Crazy Guy, are they? So they might be trying to fake like they're going back in this direction, but it's not going to work.
There it is. Oh, Jemkin was just hovering over his own gate crash, thinking about that perhaps. In the end, K-Knight takes a head clean off.
Gila juga itu TP. Gila juga itu TP.
Crazy Guy even onto the flank. Russia being dropped. It's evened out now, 3v3. With a weaker buy, RRQ will look to see if they can get this one done on YZ. Matters into his own hands. Forwards.
Salah sini kayaknya Ronnya.
Catches the contact. Still wants to take the fight. Still wants to make a play for it. Catches bullets onto the craniums of either of the players and onto the flank. Everybody else can focus on. So cleaning up, averting disaster by letting that bonus not get converted.
And a good opening pick, actually. That's what I think really does it there for Billy.
Billy.
His first kill straight onto Xfero, who would normally be trying to pop the Viper or pop the Snake Bite.
Wah, ini 5 orang Billy crosshairnya sama semua cuy.
RRQ though have got up to that showstopper, so Monyet focusing early on getting the kills and getting the diffuses.
Don't be mine, Mas.
Now has another massive tool to be able to work with, and look at this, they've taken a page out of NRG's book.
Okay.
Running the double Odin down here is
thought
huge.
I escaped it, man. It's, yeah, listen. They're ready to see some spam kills, buddy. Assuming that they know exactly where to be shooting. Doors opened up, Xfero, he's hoping can hunt for a couple of sight lines here, but meanwhile, Billy just still opting into this front B take. Yeah. Open the door to clear mound.
And this time, Jemkin is going to be forced to TP away, right? And if they catch the timing on the gate crash going down, they can actually just catch Jemkin here. That's the second gate crash had to be used.
And yet, seeing a bit of presence, a few bodies. Getting down to that minute mark again. Door's going to be opening up wide. Jemkin is hard committed. He knows that player's position.
Gila banget nih orang. Oke, mulai Odin Gimang ya.
The playmaker is
mulai Odin Gimang.
Play destroyer is Monyet. Because if you try to end B here, the Razor is going to be flying into your face.
Stop it, they hear the reload as well. Just from that Odin, they flip the switch onto the door, but meanwhile from B, the pressure is coming through. The Vines drop down. Monyet could make a play here. I don't know they're all the way in, but saving that.
Here comes the party.
Really patient.
Yeah, very patient, man. There's 30 seconds left onto it. Rusha cleaned up onto the flank, but he's backing himself away. Gets this one, tries to get out. Being hunted, overstaying ever so slightly.
Anjir, itu bisa di wallbang situ.
Get lucky on a few stray shots, but no, Rusha eventually found, so RRQ again can put that full attention forward. Paranoia, showstopper, clearing away into blue room again. Second satchel has to be used.
Okay, nggak apa-apa, dapat satu.
Is obliterated before he did the damage himself, though. Xfero trying to take the fight. Odin in hand is a 2v2. Chaotic is the nature of it. Flash forward.
Ya kocak banget, ya ampun. Jemkin tolol.
Oh god. What a big error from RRQ.
Kocak bener dah Jemkin.
Disaster
ya
again.
ampun, bro.
Two rounds in a row and knock RRQ's economy. They
Itu dongo banget sih.
big into this round. Double Odin. Showstopper as well.
Itu dongo banget sih, sumpah sih.
Jemkin's aim is good enough to be able to get that kill if he doesn't flash himself. Even after it got turned.
Mana nggak kena lagi flashnya, cok.
Left to 2 now, RRQ.
Itu sih si Ewok ngamuk sih kayaknya sih.
That's a hard committed position. Xfero has no way to get out of here. Get the punch away.
Oh, nice.
Stray shots.
Gila, nice banget, David.
Barely getting out, tagged down by the bullets. Lucky to be alive.
Done a great job of getting one in that spot.
Ya itu dia, crazy guy. Lawak dia.
Surely they don't commit into this. It's a stack of bodies.
Anjir, gue baru sadar ya, crazy guy pakai smoker coy.
I wonder if they recognize who. Oh, they're going for a walk in.
Demi ngasih si monyet pakai Eris anjing.
So with him gone, I think Billy should have an idea that Levius could accelerate a little over towards A with the Viper wall.
Drops Monyet!
Waduh.
Anything still goes on either side
Ya,
here with the rifles.
kelihatan ya
Billy
ini.
players, K9 and Nef, good for it, spotting them out. And this time, yeah, you do not want any piece of this C fight. Seems way too present, way too much.
Cushy hasn't recently made a noise over towards C. So Billy
might
still think that the Fade defender is somewhere around here. It might
be a little more cautious. Keluar ya?
Maybe that caution could buy time for RRQ to get
Prollernya,
back in.
si
Jenkins
ini
picked up a rifle in the meantime, but Cushy had nothing to work with.
Just full util to his name, really.
It's got to be redemption for Jemkin in this one. Are they swapping it around?
Okay.
No. Okay, just giving a sheriff over to Cushy, which makes sense.
See how this one gets taken then. Point through. Clone alongside it.
Wah,
anjir.
Gila banget.
No match for it with the outlaw in the hand of Levius.
Ya ampun, bro. Kenapa nih Jemkin, cok? Ngelawak gini dia di Lotus.
Billy still have huge ults to be able to work with. As dangerous as that looked, heading into a stacked C site. They never committed. They just baited the defenders into taking long-range duels where the rifles are slightly better. Yeah, RRQ still managed to get a couple, but
anjir, itu kena pundak itu.
Billy will be very happy with how this map is opened. It does feel a bit like the second half of Sunset.
See it in their reactions.
Oh, that's the reaction of the
Pusing tuh pala Wilson anjing.
That's the reaction to the Jemkin team flash.
Yeah.
Brutal, but now the economy's starting to recover and Ewok's got a chance to talk to the rest of the team.
Ah, Jemkin ngapa sih? Dia bau banget di Lotus.
Calm some nerves, damp some frustrations. It's hard to know what kind of emotions would be going on inside the RRQ camp.
Sure. And RRQ, listen, they have been good at cooking up plans to work around ultimates. Preset ideas if they see what they're up against. Showstopper, Nightfall in the hands of YZ and K-Knight, so...
I actually think Billy have been one step ahead of them, though, today, in terms of that. I liked the way that they were game planning the ult a bit better on Sunset. I think my eyes go towards Jemkin again, because you're playing the Yoru, you're playing with the operator, and you know that they've been doing a lot of front B defaults, right?
Yeah.
You know that they're going to be walking down B and using a paranoia there, using a prowler to try to push you off the line. So while they're doing that, can you get aggro anywhere else on the map with the op? And at the moment, you're looking at his position. He does have that op. Throwing down the gate crash in a safe avenue. But he knows he's going to get a prowler in his face over here.
He's got no real help. Massive anyway with it, and that's it. A shot in the dark. The showstopper will meet his match. Jemkin is gone finished, and then for that deep TP into B. It's a lovely idea from Billy. Other end of the opposing team's timeout. They're the ones who are cooking.
Yeah, they just had that completely, didn't they? And even with the post-plant aggression, pushing back Monyet, they still have a Nightfall to work with here as well.
Yeah. And then they dissipate the vines as well on top.
Whoa.
It's getting a little bit awkward. Xfero realizes he needs to win this fight.
Oh, nice.
Nice
bit, nice.
Down to the side. Nightfall now going to be sent out flying forward, seeing those connections. Xfero matters into his own hands alongside Cushy. They're doing some decent damage. Good work being put into this. RRQ, they come alive in that retake.
What a hero Xfero is there. Considering that he should have been caught dead to rights by Russia's
timingnya jelek banget tadi.
Xfero suddenly finds two more.
Lah dilepas ininya yang di dahinya.
He was big in clutch
udah sehat kah?
in Pacific. And a reminder that this round started very poorly. I mean, this, at best case scenario, would have been a leg shot. He actually didn't quite even manage that, but, you know, even a leg shot isn't going to kill.
One enemy remaining.
Jemkin not being able to find the right answer, but will still have the op recovery.
Yeah.
Lu nggak usah so asik ya. Mau ikut-ikut Alex dia anjing.
You think about the sole player lifting a lot of the fights that he ended up taking as Jemkin on RRQ, but Xfero subtly in the back. Very fast and loose here by Billy. This time all grouped up again.
Wih, dia TP ke ini nggak tuh?
But still enough rifles to do some serious damage. Prowler in your face.
And Levius steel guarded Ren.
Wih, nice. Tadi ya.
It's raining lead. Steel Garden could be used to just try and offload onto this one. RRQ. Here it is. Push back and away. What is your plan of action for this one? You're just going to be scurrying back and out. Flood defense immediately just dissipates.
Wah, gila mati itu udah fix. Oh, aman, masih aman. Nice. Scratchy guy, nice banget.
Jemkin's ultimate is going to be absolutely crucial for RRQ pulling off the retake.
See how this gets taken. It's used off relatively early here.
I
try and clear
handle
most of the corners. Spots and out the one. It's all the gamer just seeing if he can counter most of the players. Munyet off of the pings, off the presence, and now that showstopper.
Anjir, gak kena dong.
It's still being covered. Roosh is still
Anjing, what the fuck?
Back. 1-2 punch. Heavy hitting indeed, Billy. I've got themselves locked up.
Dua pelor.
Spam coming through now, Crazy Guy just trying to hold them all the way back, but he's just trying to
nice.
And a dream. Jemkin sticking. And the faith is rewarded. Crazy Guy.
Anjir, dia ketawain nggak tuh anjing?
That's absolutely unreal.
Ketawa sambil nunjuk coy.
What an unlikely scenario for him to come up as the hero that RRQ needed. This spam as well.
Ini dikasih tahu sih sama Jemkin sih, si monyet sih. Nggak mungkin dia nggak dikasih tahu bisa nge-spam gitu coy. Dikasih tahu itu. Anjing, disuruh berdiri. Stand up Kong. Kangkong lu.
And he still gets it done, and it's forced a timeout out of Billy.
And I actually think that Billy are playing these situations like quite nicely.
Yeah.
They're playing the ult rounds well. They managed to get into good post-plant situations on round 6 and 7. But RRQ, one of the teams in this tournament that likes to play the retakes the most, you see why. Those 2 rounds, yeah, they required a bit of a hero play from Xfero and then Crazy Guy, but still the ideas are there. And the way that they get back into the site is very well coordinated between them. I don't think Billy need to overreact too much, though. The game plans have been fairly successful.
Yeah, I would say, like in a macro sense as well, they've been working the map pretty well.
Yeah.
Good clearance out towards C Mauer. They go for the slower play there. They've been doing a good job.
And because the rounds have been close, this next one is actually an eco swing round for both teams. So despite the fact that RRQ have won 2 retakes, they lost so many players and they're buying up the AWP and buying up the Odin and that kind of stuff that actually there's a few players on RRQ that wouldn't be able to buy if they lost this round. Look at the credits on Monyet, Jemkin, Kushi. They would have very, very poor weaponry. So this next round is critical. And my eyes in these spots always tend to go to the pits.
Odins are out in play once more. Just the one though, thankfully for us.
RRQ running a trap play with the paranoia over towards front B in case Billy were doing their B default.
Double swing into this. Oh my goodness, ADS up. Levius lucky to get a one there. Jemkin! Oh, caught onto the corner just as the Prowler was connecting.
Now that's a shot.
Player advantage for them. RRQ. Billy are no slouches. Able to find a way through most of the time. Sango unanticipated, yet still Jemkin adjusts the TP to get the hell out of there.
And he's starting to find some really big value with
Kalau wallbang terus kena sih, yellow sih juga.
Through the back, looking to flood in and try and take some of the space away from them, but Billy still trying to fight back again.
Ya, rumputnya ngiri nggak tuh?
Again, eventually whittling down the rest of these players.
Oh, nice.
That's real nice stuff.
Jemkin mulai bangun.
I haven't yet seen a game at a global event where Jemkin takes over. And I'm surprised by that because he is a monster in Pacific. I can't tell whether that is a reaction or a pre-fire.
What the fuck is that?
That's not human. That's not just my old man eyes, right?
No. I think he's just pre-firing as the Prowler connect.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Looks crazy enough, and still don't want to take anything away from him because he does step up.
As I said, that's an eco swing round, by the way, too. So Billy's economy cooked off the back of that one.
All in is the call, out towards C this time. Barreling over Jemkin.
They've got a chance to open the door.
Trying to brute force and push him off and away from this one. There's a smoke in his face. Door opens. Munyet looking to try and take this fight, rebounding with it. And again, that gun's off and towards the back of it. Crazy guy and Cushy willing to help out.
Gila, kombonya nice banget sih.
All that better weaponry. Jemkin's in a bit of a sticky spot here. Might have heard the TP. Might really be anticipating they could be making a go for this. Somebody hits him. Down to the back of water. Out of shorties, out of shot. Close quarters, no trade in sight. But
anjing.
Not in time. Much bigger gun.
Mau montek dia.
Even further forward, but already for an RRQ.
Gede juga bijinya dia, anjing berani nge-pick loh.
Big difference.
Yeah, these last couple of rounds, the adjustment, whether called by the coaching staff during the timeout or whether it's, you know, off the back of Crazy Guy himself, it's been really good. They recognized that Billy were going for these B main defaults at the start of the map, and now they're running their own trap play, so they've got 3 players there with Paranoia prepped. And then if instead action goes over towards Jemkin in mount, they can tap open the door and force a team fight there. Love that adjustment from RRQ. And now they're anticipating, because it worked so well, that Billy are going to change things up. And again, they've read it right.
Ya, gue kira
lempar smokes walls on top of each other as it fades away.
Wah, gede.
Try and keep up. Neff forward again. Deeper TP from him, holding a lot of this deep A space. Cushy was contemplating the nightfall.
Very quick call
here,
to leave himself inserted, and the other 2 Billy players going back to try to find a gap. If they can find a free site, Russia's ult will almost certainly win them the attack round.
Going to heaven. That's what a TP. He's going to clear most of the way into B.
But B is not clear.
Not quite.
What the fuck?
Barrel betrayed by it. Jimkin still gets the one, but the trades are pretty picture perfect. Neff, he's on for an ace. Lifted into that 1v1 now, and it's a mad dash over towards C.
Gila, anjing Kusi muternya jauh banget.
Into a position here.
He's wondering which way to play it.
Oh man, he hasn't even gone for the plant. This is so late, this plant. Cushy might be able to ult him before he can get a reposition.
Cushy is holding it.
Ya, timingnya tuh. Udah kelihatan tuh tadi dari main.
Using too much YouTube, but now this game of timings.
Neff just spotted him. Kelihatan anjir udah banget.
Time to strike is here. Neff is there, spraying down with the bullets. A lot of damage done, but again he is weak as anything. He'll be done in barely anything at all in terms of the bullets. Just asserts himself, dominates the angle.
Wah, nice banget.
It's Cushy who rips his head clean off.
Ace denied. Neff still smiles. But a big clash over here towards Rubble that went fairly even between both teams. Crucially though, Rusia died. Xfero managed to pick him off from
nice banget sih, dia ngeliat ke kiri sih.
Look, keep looking, bro. They're enjoying themselves out there. That's a good sign.
Rese banget bocil saat itu, cok, sumpah dah.
Winning on their opponent's map.
Rese banget anjing bocil saat itu, cok.
Spirit's high for them to bounce back into it. Deliberately not looking to opt into the same engagement and fight to be taken. The outlaw is revealed. 2 shots rattled off. Instinct from Jemkin, but he doesn't get any kills picked up as a result of it. In fact, it's full armor across the board. Half armor, I should say, at least, with the money getting stretched thin on Billy's side.
Anjir, dia bawa Odin dong.
Drop down on top of it, it's going to be another layer to deal with.
I mean, Jemkin isn't in a position to use his outlaw. He's just having to sit there with a shorty inside the Viper's pit. So, yeah, the fact that everyone on Billy has got light armor is not really important right now, but it will be when Jemkin repositions.
It's got a deep gate crash. Is going to be able to reinforce over towards the A side if Cushy does catch contact, signs of life, perhaps.
With Cushy getting deep information here, you know that they're looking to end towards B. No, that's definitely Jemkin.
Yep.
Face your fear!
Jemkin takes it. It's a nightfall. Scatters over towards A. Pure intention of this to try and pull players over towards A as well.
And also, see if anyone's holding that deep info.
Here. Smoke's blooming, blossoming. Jemkin Feeling strained in terms of the information he's working with here, but the blue room is open, door wide. So
doornya open.
He's going to be flashed up momentarily.
Yeah.
Finds it up here. Has to try and take this fight against them. Overwhelmed by the presence. Out through
What
B.
the
Shot like a rocket. YZ just
Ya
inserts himself. Levy is perfect.
bro.
The insert. He's able to get that backstab online. This is a round win for Billy. That's Cushy and Jemkin can do something monstrous, and they might be handed a couple of freebies.
I mean, Russia's not even thinking that he has to use Pit in this situation, right? So they're not really under pressure here.
Is he making a go for this? Door's going to be opening up. Has ults.
They've got the money.
Cuts it up close to the corner though here, and Levius should be able to find it. Yeah, sharp.
Pinter banget anjing ngambil timingnya aja.
Jemkin in that 1v4. Very unlikely in terms of the positions. K-Knight. First one to
Pinter banget dia ngambil timingnya.
7-4 now, Billy. One away from a real respectable half.
Yeah. Yeah, if they can get the final one, it'll be a bit of a difference maker. RRQ, I think, misplayed the macro there a bit, though.
Itu loh,
I like the fact that
gila.
they had locked off C with the Viper's Pit. But you
Bisa
know that
dapet loh resnya loh, anjir.
And the fact that the fade ult came out over towards Rubble, I think just scrambled their brains. They thought, oh wait, maybe we got it wrong, and it is going over towards A. And Moniak got caught in a position where he's more looking to defend the A hit rather than putting himself in a spot where he won't get punished by B utility. Billy got back over towards A. Russia has not had a chance to really use this pit in a round where it will find impact, but it's still a big win con for them.
Oh my god, Weiss is just sending it. It's a showstopper here.
How much space can he make?
They know
that Tree is going to be contained. There was that Odin spam from it prior, but he's just sending it into the back of the site.
Ya, kenapa lu nembak sih?
Finished off there, trying to take that fight from them. You're going to be rebounding in a Viper's Pit to play in as well. This is a really hard retake to be taking. RRQ though have the tools to try and clear this one up. Jemkin is instantly there with that dimensional drift. He's going to be spotting it out. Bit of body block in the process. They can spam him down. That pit's going to be down.
Oh ini.
Steel Garden comes out as a response of it though.
Dia nge-track buat temen.
Rapidly approaching though onto the flank. They pick up, exchange the weaponry. Rifles in their hands.
Blend, push. Nice.
Aduh, trying to push it back forwards. They put a TP into the back lines. He's all the way behind them and he's rattling off these shots. Heads are rolling. Another chance for the Ace to redeem himself here into this 1v1. Him versus Cushy. Knows he's sticking it. The perfect time to strike.
Yeah.
He's died. And there's an Ace.
Gila dia. Itu pinter banget sih. Itu pinter banget sih. Soalnya speknya kelihatan tuh. Soalnya speknya kelihatan. Jadi dia bisa ngambil timing. Dia ngambil waktu speknya tuh hampir setengah. Tapi belum sampai setengah. Dia majuin. Oh, udah setengah malah. Ya, itu agak ini. Ya mau gimana lagi ya, speknya kelihatan sih masalahnya sih. Speknya kelihatan tuh, jadi tetap enakan yang ini. Apa yang diuntungin yang planting. Jadi kelihatan ya apa yang defense itu ngedivis apa enggak kelihatan sih. Itu lebih bagus sih kalau push nge-push ya tadi ya. Ini iklan sih kocak.
Look forward to hear the second half. And take a look at our Coinbase econ report as well. A lot of focus going to be, for us, I think, in the general macro sense, onto RRQ. You can see Jemkin as well. One of the top performers there on the defense. That operator purchase coming in to fruition multiple times, honestly. He's getting a lot of value done with it. But now, the real look ahead, I think, is towards RRQ on that attack side, because we saw so many struggles from them on the previous map, on Sunset.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of the problem was that they weren't really getting Jemkin into good positions with the Waylay, right? I didn't see really a single round on Sunset where there was good ideas about how to put Jemkin into the right position to feast with a stun and a dash, something like that. On this map, it's going to be the two duelists. So you're looking at Jemkin and Monye. It's not so much about how others set them up as how they set each other up. But those are the two at the top of the scoreboard for RRQ. It's generally quite an evenly shared load, though. I like Billy with Neff pulling out almost back-to-back aces.
Sure. Here we see it. Bit of a setup here to catch that contact. Russia sitting up near the bottom of the scoreboard in this map here, but he does his job, just spots the signs of life. RRQ don't want to opt in. Billy themselves will be putting all emphasis here onto the pistol. Levius, tight tucked here, trying to spot this one out, but again the players have been dropping his hands as well. That frenzy.
Suara frenzy-nya.
Yeah, he goes down, still being held off onto the corner, but that re-clearance is called for.
Nah, pakai sulut satu-satu dah.
Regaining that rubble control, maintain their composure onto B. They haven't lost sight or track of most of the map here. In fact, K9's the one who's pressing the advantage even further forwards. It's blood in the water and he's sniffing it out. K9 not stopped. He might even want to go for X-Fero. The highlight, the spotting him out. Waiting for his team now. The time to strike is here. Swinging together, taking a fight forwards.
And it's the 2 stars from the previous map that mop up at the end. K9 and Levius. K9's aim looking really sharp. This spot from Levius as well just gets so much value every time somebody runs it.
Buset.
Really difficult to clear that.
Bisa 360 gitu ya.
Worried about Heaven and Blue Room, but K9 playing that spot way more aggressively than most people would. And it gets Billy an important pistol.
Kok 360 180 hit ya?
6-0, remember this team was domestically on Lotus this stage.
Looks like very much an all-in towards B. Billy reading this though.
Commit lagi anjir.
They have a good setup for it. Vine's going to be popped off, slowing down the approach. YZ wants to go hunt for these kills. He's only going to be giving up the ghost, but not expecting a second play. There's a fight occurring up towards Bound. Nev with a quick clean up. 7-7 flawless here. All players surviving with Billy.
And a very nice defensive setup. Fight aggro over towards Mound. If they do that B default, you can open the door and catch them from multiple sides. Billy following the noise and looking to take the fight to RRQ. Now this next round coming up could be everything for RRQ. Because if you think back to map 1, this is where they completely lost it. Their anti-bonus was torched and Billy ran away with the half.
It's all in. Brute Force is called for here by RRQ. They want to try and fight towards this A rubble. Engagement, TP's across as well. There's lines on either side here, but being held for that rainy day. But a straight shot into the dark does land onto the Mar target. Delayed with the util. Counters it out by Billy. They're able to even out that fight, but they still don't have the guns. Bit retrievable really as well if they wanted to go for those rifles.
Anjir.
What
the fuck?
Oh, that is nasty. From Blue Room all the way through into Tree.
Okay.
But a little bit of luck, obviously, but a beautiful gift.
Potentially death from 1,000 cuts as well. This is
dapat
being whittled down here. That was a rumble of
hampir.
Good composure from Munyet. Love to see that as well. Doesn't get overwhelmed in the process. K9 is now going hunting, and he's got to know position of Munyet.
Harusnya dikasih tahu dia low kan.
Shot to the body will do it, and it's brought it into that 1v1. Gushy.
Gila last man-nya Kushi tunggu cok.
Up here versus his adversary in the form of K9. K9's the one getting a bit of a move on now because time is ticking away from him. Horn only a bit of a half clearance, still a guessing game in terms of
no time sih.
Playing. Peek out wide, Kushi opposite to the fight.
Unreal. K9, what a round, what a star.
And there is enough time for it.
Ya ampun, Kush.
Takes over.
Ente dah.
He gets the Red Bull clutch towards the end. And so much of that is just based on the fact that he has good information about where that second player
nah,
is.
ini nggak masuk akal anjing.
I mean, Monye did as best as he could possibly be asked to do, getting both of the players on the flank, but once K9 gets it down into a 1v1, it is so winnable for him. And it's disaster striking the
pusing sekarang dia.
Again.
Same kind of setup. I mean, not a thrown round, but just a big clutch.
The bonus conversion here, Bilibili, you're in the driving seat. RRQ already a map down. It's only going to get harder from here. They're sending it flying forwards here. Full disrespect over towards A. Meanwhile, deep flank push of Bilibili. They're getting constant information. Rusha's job really left to contain alongside K9. It's going to be that 9-4. Good catch. Multiple players here. Prowler into the back as well. Double swing is there. At least with that kill, Xvero now has to do a lot from that spot still.
Bisa dapat semua sebenarnya.
In for that 1v1, but Gushi is delivering with these sheriff shots. Brought it into a 2v3. Plan finally getting down.
Harusnya infonya dua-duanya flank sih, harusnya ya.
They do not want to lose grip of this. The round has been gifted for them. Tight close quarters here with a stinger in the hands of Monia. That is where it thrives.
Gak mungkin sih. Lah, oh.
Just to YZ. You can only do so much there.
Wah, agak kaget si Jemkin mundur ya, si kocak memang.
Correcting the course. They do not want that repeat of Sunset.
They couldn't have asked for a better time to pull out a round like that. On Sunset, it was, I don't know, 6-7 in a row that Bilibili just ran away with. Here, at least the answer comes earlier on. Off the back of some sick sheriff shots. And Moniet won from the showstopper. Bilibili's economy, the credit crunched, wallet squeezed, 2 Guardians and a Bulldog coming out to play. And the scoreline dead even.
RRQ essentially going for this one again. Only going to be broken here, but players are lying in wait behind this.
Dikasih orbnya.
Could get bloody very quickly.
Jemkin, though, feeding them decent information that there's still quite a few players here, and Crazy Guy just leading the pack over towards C, looking to try to play for an easier ult orb, perhaps, for Moniet.
A lot of action being heard.
4 orang di A nggak tuh?
Game Crash going to be fading, but the rest of his team now looking and working towards his C site as that showstopper in the back pocket. Thorn's going to be dead nice and early from that utility.
Wah, dipakai dong.
Listen, Moniet just wants to disrespect it.
Ada orang,
Might be able to hear the scurry of the footsteps, but that's an entire site cleared out. Really going to be happy to play the retake here.
And they still actually have a ton of utility to be able to play in post plants, right? They have the paranoia, C's.
They're trying to take this fight up here.
Wah, anjir.
Straight through the wall, Rusha connects straight onto the cranium. Moniet dropped.
Oh fuck, guardiannya Bilibili ngeri-ngeri gini coy.
Potentially to push them back, but they need some kills and Kushi will
jelas anjing.
Snake bite.
Sumpah dari tak guardiannya ngeri cok.
But it's a deep TP of Nef. Cuts it up close now onto the site. Creates a lot of uncertainty. This could be still anyone's game. Haunt up and over towards the top.
Oh, nice.
Swinging a peek, but that rifle aim immaculate. Good transfer in the end.
Nice.
The gunplay reigns supreme. On top for RRQ. They gain back control of the map.
Simple round, but well called there by Crazy Guy. Little bit of a false skirmish over towards A. Leave Jemkin to feed you info and make sure you prioritize the showstopper. A free site. And a lot of utility saved to be able to play the post plant. I was slightly concerned because Jemkin was watching flank with 2 flashes. But the paranoia of the C's, all of the other utility ended up working out for RRQ to hold back the Bilibili retake. And especially when Bilibili didn't actually have perfect weaponry. You know, playing a lot with the Guardians, Bulldog, that kind of thing. And now Bilibili's economy is shattered. And this is where RRQ can start stretching out a lead. They had a narrow one coming into the half. But now they should be able to put something together as long as Thrifty doesn't come out straight out the back of another tag timeout.
Aku ambil minum dulu dah, lagi tempat juga.
Mounting though. It's always been there for RRQ. Felt like they've been on the back foot ever since the second half of Sunset. But for Bilibili, when you have a winning moment, when you have that momentum, really, you just you want to stamp on it. You know, you want to try and close out the series quickly as you possibly can. This is them losing grip. Timeout, looking to correct that.
And normally they'll be calling timeouts based on the next rifle round. So the next round we're going into is an eco. It's a half buy. They're not going to have the best weaponry. The Bilibili will come up with some kind of idea here, but look at the ult status. 2 away for YZ, 2 away for Rushia, 2 away for Levius. They're very close to getting some massive defensive ults online that could allow them to play a bit more evenly in the next rifle round. Even if RRQ can dodge a Thrifty here, things are still going to be difficult to pull madly away into the lead.
TP up top. Spot the orb in case somebody pushes up, presses up, tries to gain control of it.
cautious start here for RRQ. They don't want to be running into some kind of big push out on defense for Bilibili. Thinking about the fact that Bale will have probably given them some level of set strat for the Thrifty.
You're concerned about a trap play potentially there, but Jemkin, okay. Ori's adverted. Vacuums up the orb. Backs himself out here. No real map control here for RRQ.
No, they're trying to play together in a big pack, right? Yeah. But that also means that they're not really like leaving an insert, giving themselves options.
Over caution against Thrifties.
It can sometimes be really bad.
Door opened here by YZ, just scuttling away. It's posturing from him, trying to make it seem like there's a much bigger presence over towards here, hoping to push them into the C players.
So it's looking to be an A fake and a B finish. Is what Crazy Guys concocted.
30 seconds left.
There it is, sending it flying forwards here. There's potential of timing here. YZ does reveal his hammer boom bot and sending it flying forwards into the B site. Slowed down for a moment.
Anjir, masih bisa ding nggak tuh?
YZ though just catches a bullet to the head.
Lemparin pensel lah.
C's up top. Stops as the push
Udah dipakai kah?
Barely enough time to work with, but enough for the plant. K9 does have a rifle to try and make usage of. What a shot by Levius. It's been lights out so far this entire series, but he's looking to do a little bit more damage on top of it.
It's also, it's just a big win generally for Levius to get that one kill.
Mereka mau
That
bundir
means
kah?
he's now going to have his ult for the next round.
Kayaknya bundir dah.
Keeping track of YZ and Rushia, they weren't able to get that, so still one away. But at least having the Steel Garden to rely on in the next rifle round is going to be huge for Bilibili.
So Levius is going to be looking to go down. One of the players, potentially bring them down with him, but that's an ult earn for the next round. Into the long con. He didn't pick up the gun. He was looking for the rifle. Oh dear. Uh-oh.
Wah, anjir.
All good. Uh-oh.
Ya, nggak dapet.
Not all good. Oh, that's a rough one. It's a rough one.
Tapi masih bisa dapat 1 kill loh, gila banget anjir.
Exactly. Yeah. Still with a good idea on the big picture, Levius goes in and
Oh,
tries
nggak tahu ya dia tadi dengar step apa enggak.
to be able to buy rifles, so it doesn't matter too much that Neff went down towards the end. This next round though, it's a must win for
Kebiasaan omen main ya.
And I think that puts
Kalau lompat mesti lompatnya nggak ke depan anjing kebiasaan.
You want to get the right
Ini lompatnya tuh
timing with
ke
this Steel
samping.
Garden. Because if you let Xfero onto the site, it could spell your doom.
Could be danger. Overwhelming util. No real pushback. It's a retake setup here with the thorns all over towards A. Rushia.
Gua kangen main pakai RS anjir.
Committed onto this angle. Prowler might spot him, indeed it does. A bit of spam on either side wouldn't go amiss here. The C's connects and can't win his fight out. Not against Xfero. Jemkin there, but he ought to try and lay this one in. K9 trying to go fast and loose through, but that paranoia will force him to respect.
Okay, 4v3.
Steel Garden, Brad. They just took the fight.
Ada ulti.
Backfiring on them.
Kalau kalah sih kocak deh.
Into the pit. No big ults to clear the way. YZ does have the showstopper. Still want to go for this one with a player disadvantage. There's no guarantees you'll win it into the pit. You need potentially another kill. Flip the switch. Crazy Guy's position though. Ingrained into this spot as well. Good movement as well.
Calm aim, calm aim.
The crosshair placement of K9 flying forwards to the side.
Itu sih udah susah sih.
Time ticking, they don't want to go.
Saving mereka udah.
And also, your economy's
11-8 nih bisa yuk. Bisa 11-8
lose
cuy.
all of these rifles. It already is going to be pretty horrible. Now, Rushia came into this round with, he's got 50 credits now, right? You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. He couldn't afford a snake bite. So he's holding with his wall over towards tree, and he doesn't have one of his prime tools to be able to lock down space like that. And then when he falls, Levius, I guess, feels like he needs to take a fight instead of popping his ultimate. I would have liked to see the Steel Garden come out quite a bit earlier for them to try to reinforce that position, but they went down too easy. And part of that was the economy problem that's going to haunt them again here. I mean, look at Rushia's buy again. He doesn't have Snakebite once more. I mean, this is one of your major defensive tools to work with, and he's not investing into it. They also don't have a seize. I mean, it's bad times out there for Bilibili.
Counter spam, Guardian. K9 almost getting lucky with a couple of these shots. There's a lot of damage on the Crazy Guy.
Masih, bro. Kalau si Bilibili pakai Guardian, jangan di fake gak sih? Ngeri banget cok Guardian mereka.
Escape, but might be taking a fight that he didn't really ask for.
Oh, nice.
RRQ winning the fights on multiple other areas.
Those two players by Blue Room were begging Jemkin to peek, and instead he goes for a shallow swing and gets the pick instead over towards stairs. Nightmare start for Billy in their last chance round.
Levius.
Aduh, vandal di situ.
Backs himself out here. Paranoia not able to be sidestepped. Forced to respect it, forced to back out, but they need a hero and they need a play right here and right now. Just can't quite land it. As calm as he was with the shots in that previous
Let's go match point. Saving nggak sih? Lu serius masih mau nekat
this next engagement, this next fight, but you got to keep these guns at this point. Your economy is in tatters.
Anjir kelihatan
looking to do a bit more damage wisely as well, making a play towards it and winning this fight out.
Okay.
Eventually overwhelmed. Flooded
point.
out here. This is 12 to 8.
Closing yuk, closing.
The only silver lining for Billy is that they have some ults to use, but at this point they're on a precipice of losing this, and we will be going to Abyss.
RRQ have just put pressure onto Billy the entire time, playing slowly, allowing Billy to get desperate and force the gunfights.
Tadi agak gila ya Kusi. Lah.
5 rounds in a row for RRQ.
Wilson hilang nih. Kena mental kah?
Up to map point on their opponent's map pick. No one on A. And the first time that Billy would have lost on Lotus in the last 6-7 matches.
Ya, nggak ada orang.
Here, but this is a fast play here. Caught for immediately. That's going to be the showstopper committed just off that one player, but RRQ not messing around. They speed up. Pull straight away to just go straight into this A site, and all going to be wasted and expended. Wall will cut them out of the fight. There's still that spike. Yeah, they gave it to him to get this ult online.
But the spike now is going to get planted really late. It's going to let Billy get into position for a retake with Steel Garden. Monyet is going to have to be a hero here.
Ada ulti ya, dapat ulti ya.
So early.
Nightfall sent flying forwards.
Cuma satu doang ya?
Too many here. Tell a lie, players are trying
to di ulti enak banget sih di stair. Langsung ulti nggak sih?
Sees no connections, it's sidestepped. Crazy guy looking to see if he can deny that one as well. He tried to take the timing against it, but that fuse is going to be burning down, whittling down. And do you dare step into this one?
Mantap.
Won't get rewarded. Nade's going to be followed up as well, just as those timers tick down. It's desperation for Billy. You have to opt into it. Now. In a 2v1, Monyet, time has been bought for him to really pop off and play his life well. Damage done, ace at the end. What a way to finish and take us to Abyss.
Ya ada pensel dia sebenarnya. Tadi kalau kalah sih gua kata-katain tolol anjing. Dia ada pensel itu soalnya itu. Ada nggak sih tadi?
Absolutely unreal stuff, and we do have a game here. It's elimination between both of these teams, but they are bringing the best out of each other.
Beneran mati 3 dong anjir. Tapi ya kayaknya gue udahan dulu ya gamingnya. Kayaknya gue nggak nonton match 3 sih. Moga aja RRQ yang menang ya. Dan ya mungkin itu aja stream gue buat malam hari ini. Thank you banget buat yang udah mampir, yang udah nonton. Jangan lupa like videonya kalau kalian suka, dan jangan lupa subscribe juga. Dukung terus channel ini biar gue makin semangat buat stream. Sejauh ini stream gue sekarang aman ya harusnya ya. Kemarin gue agak ketemu masalah sama YouTube Studio, makanya gue nggak stream ya kemarin 2 hari ya. Ini juga masih agak gimana gitu OBS gue sama YouTube Studionya. Semoga aja besok aman lagi jadi gue bisa stream ya. So ya mungkin itu aja stream gue buat malam hari ini. Thank you banget buat yang udah mampir. Sampai jumpa di stream gue selanjutnya. Bye bye. Thank you.